better use dahil nasasayang doon sa issue ng lack of verification ko, no, which was settled Enero pa. At formal requirement yan. Ang importante, among the 188, no one has retracted. At in fact, nadagdagan pa yan ng 100. Kaya our good friend, si Toby, should stop rattling the bones of a skeleton from which all semblance of life has long departed.
So you think that was a waste of time, yung pagharap niya,
Yes.
Congressman Toby?
In fact, baka yun ang strategy to delay, lalong lumalabas. Kamukha yung pumunta raw doon yung pinsan, kotse pa ng Korte Suprema. I mean, yan ba ang gusto natin Chief Justice? Walang integrity, walang ethics. Kaya araw-araw, na-reduce na nga yan ng Rene versus Flory. No contest.
Miki, nabanggit na rin ni Senador Sagisag itong pag-testify ni Congressman Tiangco. Alamin naman natin na although spokesperson siya for the prosecution kay Congressman Erin, ano ba yung after his testimony, ano yung naging pagtrato kay Congressman Tiangco ng kapwa niyong mga kongresista?
Well, sa amin naman po, karapatan naman po ni Congressman Tiangco na magsalita, no? Ang sinabi lang po ng ating majority floor leader na kailangan na maalala ni Congressman Toby na he should not demean the institution, he should not demean the reputation of his colleagues, no? So yun yung reminder. Pero kung makikita po natin kung anong nangyari, hindi mo maalis na meron po iba sa mga kasamahan po namin ay talagang nag-sesentimiento sa ginawa po ni Congressman Toby Tiangco. So, iwanan na lang po natin yan dahil mawawala na naman po tayo sa focus at let's just concentrate on the impeachment. Sabi nga po ni Speaker the other day, let's leave the Toby Tiangco issue already and let's focus on the impeachment.
At nagtestigo din si Bayuga, no, yung disbursement officer ng Supreme Court, at inilabas lahat nitong mga income at saka mga allowances na napakarami, no, namangha yung mga tao sa dami ng mga allowances pala na nakukuha ng Chief Justice, no. Pero ang pinunto kasi dito, despite all this, no, hindi daw inilagay sa SALN itong mga allowances. So parang ang question ng madami, sandali, tama ba yung ginagawa ng depensa? Gusto ko kong malaman, no, from our lawyers, ano, let's start with Attorney Trixie. Ito ba parang isn't the defense digging its own grave dito sa paglabas ng so much income na hindi naman naideklara pala sa SALN? Is that illegal?
Since I'm not the defense lawyer, I wouldn't be able to say that offhand. What is important for me right now is to hear the entire defense before we can weigh any one particular witness or any one set of evidence at a given time. So, for example, there may be, for instance, some very damaging evidence presented by the prosecution, pero pag hindi pa natin nakikita yung entirety ng defense, it would be unfair to make any kind of judgment or even to weigh that kind of evidence in the face of anything. Although I will admit that the action of the Chief Justice in omitting, or rather the inaction in omitting whatever other forms of, it's not exactly income, ano, for tax purposes, but it is still an asset that ought to have been declared. Kasi wala naman restriction dun sa SALN what assets are not to be declared. It says that you have to declare all assets. And that being, and cash being an asset, should have been listed in the SALN. I think that if the defense was very confident in presenting that, they might have an explanation somewhere down the road. I would prefer to think that way. If they don't present any evidence or explanations to that during the course of the presentation of defense testimony, then that certainly will be taken against them.
Just a follow-up, Attorney Trixie, marami na po kasi ng mga nagsalita ng mga miyembro ng IBP, meron yung mga dating officers. Since you are the spokesperson of the IBP as of present, ano po ba talaga yung official stand ng Integrated Bar of the Philippines?
It's kind of unprecedented. Normally, the IBP takes the whoever is impeached from the judiciary, almost always the IBP has taken a stand in favor of that. For example, when Chief Justice Davide had his impeachment begun in the House, the IBP helped out in defending Chief Justice Davide. But when the former President Erap was impeached, the IBP was with the prosecution and in fact assisted in the prosecution. This is kind of the first time that the IBP has taken a neutral stand when a member of the judiciary has been impeached. Of course, it's never gotten this far before. So the IBP has taken the stand of neutrality. We are neither for the defense or for the prosecution. We have opted for an impeachment watch to provide commentary, explanations to the public as to what the law is, etc. If anything can be taken as an official IBP stand, it's that we prefer to litigate the matter within the confines of the impeachment trial. So when we make comments, it's usually in relation, for example, to the demeanor of the litigators concerned, both of the defense and of the prosecution. We have called attention to both courtroom behavior and the possibility of ethical considerations of both parties, both the defense and the prosecution. We have called them out on several occasions. We have called out the senators on some occasion. We have pointed out the vulnerabilities of counsels. And we have also pointed out what is the operating law here. We have not taken any particular stand. We would welcome, what we prefer to do is that the impeachment trial be conducted in accordance with the letter and spirit of the law, the Constitution, the Senate rules and impeachment, and jurisprudence.
You mentioned ethical considerations,
Yes.
ano, at sinasabi nga unethical for both parties to be talking about the merits of the case in media. Pero hindi na iwasan, talagang ginagawa. Kahapon, nagsalita na naman si Chief Justice Corona dito sa Philippine Women's Judges Association sa Manila Hotel at kanyang sinabi na, well, he's alleging na kaya daw ginagawa ito dahil sa one-man rule na nais ipatupad ni Pangulong Aquino. I'd like to ask our columnist here, Conrado de Quiroz, what is your take dito sa mga sinabi ni Corona sa kanyang talumpati kahapon?
Tama-tama, sinusulat ko yan kanina eh. Pero basically, sinasabi ko doon, unang-una, that's an attempt to revise history. Para you would imagine na they'd be a little embarrassed to do that kasi katatapos-tapos lang ng rule ni Gloria. And she was like that. She controlled everything. She controlled Congress, she controlled the executive, and she controlled the judiciary. You would imagine that will a little, di ba, medyo may takot sila mag-raise ng issue na ganyan. Kasi babalik yan sa kanila. Sila ang sisilipin. Sabi ko nga sa artikulo ko, at least naman yung mga Marcoses, in trying to revise history, naghintay naman silang 30 years. Ito katatapos-tapos lang ng rule ni Gloria. Gusto na i-revise yung history. Ang diktador ngayon, biglang si Pinoy. Kinadaan lang natin kay Gloria when we saw the signs of that. That was almost like martial law. Yung ninakaw yung boto, illegitimate rule, ang daming patayan, ang daming nakawan. That is basically a dictatorial rule.
At ethical considerations nga ang nabanggit mo kanina, Nikki. Mahalaga rin na malaman natin din ang stand. Although wala pang official talaga stand itong Simbahang Katoliko. Pero si Father, alamin natin, ano ang iyong saloobin tungkol dito sa nagaganap na impeachment?
Thank you. Mabuti sinabi mo na hindi ito official stand ng simbahan.
Yes.
Personal ko ito na yung stand. Of course, ang simbahan ay maghanap ng katotohanan. Sabi ng Biblia, ang katotohanan ang sa magpapalaya sa atin. Of course, ang simbahan naghanap ng moral concerns. So, anything that is contradictory to morals, then simbahan should speak against it. Sa ngayon, wala talagang konkretong stand ng simbahan sa aking pagmonitor, pero may mga ilan-ilang pananaw. So, tinitingnan natin, since ito yung process sa ating batas na kailangan i-impeach ang isang tao na hindi pwede matanggal sa anumang paraan, para sa akin, para manatili at mangibabaw ang katotohanan, hayaan nating ibigay ang mga ebidensya on the part of the prosecution. Then they all have the right to present what they think is a basis for impeachment. Siyempre, di naman pwede natin i-deny yung depensa, magpapresenta din sila to justify na hindi nga pwede. So, we have to wait for that. Para sa akin, kailangan mangingibabaw ang katarungan, katotohanan, at moralidad. Dahil ito yung ating paninindigan